When people ask whether Amazon, FBA, or Shopify is better, they're usually asking the wrong question. That's not really what they're asking, okay? So you're not really choosing between platforms. They're choosing what kind of problems they want to solve, right? What do you want to deal with? Which problems they don't yet realize they're signing up for. Amazon and Shopify don't compete at the same layer of business the way people assume. They solve totally different constraints. See, once you understand that, the decision becomes much clearer. All right, most people drawn to Shopify, they go there because, the reasons really are understandable. They like the idea of owning the customer, controlling the brand, kind of setting their own rules, they not being at the mercy of the marketplace. And philosophically, that's exciting. That all sounds okay, right? But here's what people miss a lot of times. Shopify doesn't give you a business, it gives you responsibility. The moment you choose Shopify, you're not just a product owner. At that point, you are a traffic manager, a social media traffic manager. You're a conversion optimizer. You're in charge of retention. Whether you want those jobs or not, that's the reality. So here's the Shopify reality. And people kind of gloss over this. Traffic isn't a line item with this. Traffic is the whole game. That's the whole business. That means that paid ads with constant creative testing and rising acquisition costs, and then understanding the algorithm and what happens with Facebook and Meta, and you don't control the attribution issues, right? You need funnels that need nonstop optimization. You need to understand email marketing and SMS text marketing and influencer coordination and fulfillment outside of Amazon's already established infrastructure. You need to handle customer service. You're in charge of getting with the merchant accounts, returns, chargebacks. None of that's bad. It's part of running a business, but it's not passive. It's not simple, okay? The most common mistake I see people make with building a Shopify store is assuming that the product's just gonna carry the business. Our product's so great, we find a winner, and that's not the reality. See, marketing is what carries Shopify every single day. You're testing your marketing. And look, there's also this freedom narrative around Shopify and e-commerce that, let's give it a little more honest look, shall we? Shopify sounds like, hey, this is independence and I got the laptop lifestyle. But in practice, really what happens with the platform, it depends on this attention is where you become dependent. Your business lives and dies by paid traffic, and you have to pay attention to that. Creative performance, creating ads, creating videos, the algorithm changes across platforms that you have zero control over. Amazon, for all of its rules and operational sides, it does offer something different. Already there, they're already searching, they're already buying. So for people that are limited time and you have high opportunity costs, leveraging existing demand is often a bit more freeing than trying to manufacture it from scratch with interruption marketing from social media. On the flip side, people are drawn to Amazon for almost the opposite reason. See, customers are already searching on Amazon. You have built-in trust. Fulfillment is already handled, so less guesswork. You don't have to worry about demand. And typically that instinct is correct, but Amazon is a demand engine. People don't go there to browse, they go there with specific intent, they go there to buy. But that doesn't make Amazon easy, especially if you're trying to do it yourself. It just makes the difficulty different, okay? So the biggest obstacle that you have with Amazon is assuming that it's hands-off, okay? Amazon is incredibly operationally intensive. Compliance matters, supplier quality matters, having the right product, inventory forecasting matters, listing accuracy matters, account health matters. Most Amazon failures don't happen because a product didn't sell, right? They happen because someone violated some policy, they screwed up something with the supplier, they cut corners, they executed poorly. That's why so many automation horror stories are out there, right? Not because Amazon is broken, but because Amazon punishes poor operations quickly. That's what you've seen, those horror stories, that's what that is. A useful way to compare the two models is the first 90 days in Shopify are about discovery. So it's testing ads, it's finding the products and then testing ads and burning creatives. And so that's learning what doesn't work. In Amazon, the first 90 days are about precision, sourcing, compliance, listing fulfillment, and getting items to Amazon. Shopify rewards creativity. Amazon's learning curve often, kind of feels a bit more predictable. Shopify is so much about creative and learning a whole new language with marketing and constant experimentation. The common response is, and that's fine, I'll just hire an agent. Agencies are great, but it's important to understand what you're actually buying. See, most agencies optimize one function, ads. They maybe creative email, not the entire business. You're still coordinating decisions, oftentimes through multiple agencies. You're still funding the experimentation, you're absorbing the losses, and now we've got to integrate the strategy. With Amazon, especially in a properly managed structure like what we created with Monopoly, execution is more centralized. See, our team owns the sourcing, compliance, inventory, account health. For a lot of professionals, that centralized accountability is tremendously advantageous. Amazon feels riskier, not because it's more dangerous, but because it's more explicit, right? Amazon tells you, here's the rules, you got to follow it. It monitors that, it monitors performance, and it enforces standards. Shopify lets mistakes accumulate and quietly until just all your cash flow is gone. And so for people used to regulated environments, finance and engineering and healthcare and things like that, Amazon's structure should make sense. It feels familiar. The risk in Amazon is visible. The risk in Shopify is delayed. You're just spending money and hoping, right? The risk doesn't disappear, it's just expressed differently, okay? A legitimate managed Amazon model isn't about avoiding work. It's about buying operational maturity. We've been in business for years. We have a massive team. Our team here at Monopoly Automation and Distribution, we solve things that break and that destroy most sellers. So compliance first sourcing, structured supplier relationships, being part of the Amazon service provider network, inventory, discipline, account health. We protect the long-term sustainability versus short-term tactics. That doesn't make Amazon passive, it makes it professionally managed and run. So just like hiring a property manager doesn't remove the risk from real estate, it removes the amateur mistakes. Across both, we're looking at Amazon or Shopify. The most common failures look the same. Underestimating complexity, overestimating the automation, choosing ideology over systems, optimizing for ego instead of outcomes, assuming success comes from the platform instead of the execution. Platforms don't build business, operators and systems do. That's what we've learned. Right? So who does each path actually fit? Shopify fits, if you enjoy marketing and you want to create and deal with the traffic volatility, and you want brand control and you've got time to build the demand. Amazon fits people who want to fit into existing demand, they think operationally, and they want to treat it like a real business. Managed Amazon fits a narrower group. High-income professionals, people with a high opportunity cost, people who want exposure for their finances without becoming day-to-day operators. So when people ask, which is better, Amazon or Shopify? Do you want creative demand? Do you want to be a marketer? Or do you want to execute against demand that already exists? Do you want to manage creatives and traffic? Or have someone help you with suppliers and systems? Do you want maximum control or do you want maximum leverage? Either answer is wrong. Most people don't fail because they choose the wrong platform. They end up failing because they choose a platform that doesn't fit them, doesn't match how they actually think or work, or they allocate the time or funds. See, when the model aligns with you as an investor, we have the operation and that can improve the outcome dramatically. So if that aligns with what you're looking for, you want to set up a time to talk with myself or one of the other partnership directors so we can talk to you about Monopoly.